Showtime. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hanging with that backstage passing your love, your love, your love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime. Baby, it's showtime.
Hard work and dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we had our plan out. We don't ever try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, and I'm joined by both my brothers.
Man, Rock the Rider, Ty Lamar, Ty, whatever you want to call me, man. I'm in the building. Man, feeling good, man. It's nice and summery outside. You feel
Summery,
me?
88
Real nice.
88 was too much.
Word.
It was a vibe, though. EJ King shot, I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. God is good.
Come on, Barry White.
Yeah, word.
So listen, today we got a special guest, man. He's a husband, a father, a son, a brother, a nephew, a uncle, a friend, a cousin, an actor. He's seen on Ram truck commercials, CBS, ESPN. He's the Football Network champion, the Food Network champion, a renowned chef to the Buffalo Bills, and was personal chef to Von Miller and Stephon Diggs. He's the personal chef to 2024 NFL MVP Josh Allen, best quarterback in the league. He's the proud owner of the Cook Shop catalog, the Plating Society, and the famous Jamaican restaurant Bratz Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vision Podcast, Chef Darian Bryan.
My man, much love. Thank you. I appreciate your intro, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word, man. It's a pleasure to have you here,
Definitely
man.
a pleasure.
Yeah, word.
Definitely.
Word.
Yeah,
But
good time.
before we get into the actual interview, I got to ask y'all how was the weekend. So, how was your weekend, Mac?
Yeah, listen, weekend was crazy, bro. Crazy productive. You know what I'm saying? I went to Times Square. I went to Harlem. I chopped it up with Jess Hilarious and her brother. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to make some big moves, man. But, you know, that's just a piece of it.
Just a piece of it. And man, it's just that celebrity lifestyle, man. You listen, man. I aspire to be like you, man. You're amazing, man.
Well, listen, you ain't even got to be like me, man. We just keep on working. We
Yeah,
around, man.
word.
You know what I'm saying? We get to the money together.
I feel you.
Because they ain't going to give it to
To
you.
you. You gotta go. You know what I mean? You gotta go get it.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, listen. Word to your mother.
Word to your mother's
Yo,
mother.
how was your weekend, man?
Man, mine was busy. I had about
Yeah.
6 gigs, but I did the BMMCA.
I know what gig you didn't do. Yeah.
No, I did it in the morning.
Yeah,
Both
but you had me in.
She
you
was
told
there.
me you was gonna be there, man. You know what I'm
She was
saying?
there.
You
Was
wasn't
you not
there
there?
though, fam.
Oh, he wasn't there at all?
I
No,
wasn't there.
no. Left
I had
me
a
and
feeling.
Shawnee.
Shout out to BFNC.
Left us to the wolves, man. I'm thinking he gonna be. I'm walking in. I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool though.
You was cool. You was at the
It was
table.
cool.
You did your job. That's all that mattered.
It was
You know what
cool,
to do.
man.
All right,
It
adjust.
was cool.
Adjust. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
I was at the BMMCA this weekend. Shout out to Partner 6.5, Sheila, whole crew.
Yeah.
It was lit, man.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So he sent his DJ double.
Man,
Nah, he worked for the station.
yeah.
So. You know what I mean, but I mean, shout out to BFNC. I had to,
Yeah.
So did you tell fam and them that you wasn't coming, or you just?
I didn't tell Rock.
Exactly.
I didn't tell Rock.
Right.
Yeah, man,
It's cool
come on,
though.
man.
It's cool though.
He's a superstar,
It's
man.
cool because he don't even know. I told his boss next time I get called to do something, I'm gonna need to get paid. You heard?
need his.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Good,
I ain't got no rider
Good
or
luck on
nothing. You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Good luck.
I told him I
Good
want
luck,
all
man.
red M&Ms,
Good luck.
all red peanut.
You get
M&Ms.
any of that,
Pause.
man. You did your job. But it's funny you asked for nuts. All right.
I
Cool.
said pause though. You heard me say
I'm
pause.
just
Clear.
saying, it's funny that's what you asked
All
for
right,
the writer.
here we go. How was your weekend, bro?
It was great. My daughter's birthday, so it was busy.
Happy birthday to the little one.
It was hot too.
Nice.
And them kids, you think they would leave the water park because it's so hot they want to go home? Nope.
Kids?
They party right into the hand.
Yeah.
Kids don't have no limit. Kids
Nah,
don't have
man.
no limit.
They don't.
Nah.
Then they didn't want to wake up for school because they're exhausted. Come
on, man.
Yo,
They'll
should've
look at
tapped
you
a
like
little
school.
earlier, you know?
Yeah.
School? We gotta go to school. Damn, we gotta go to
Yeah.
school.
But after in the second segment, we gonna get into how everything was. You know what I'm saying?
sure,
Chopping up
for
about
sure,
that.
for sure.
But yeah, man. So starting off, man. I don't know how familiar you are or how we do things around here, but we like to go back. Because, you know what I'm saying, I know how successful you are, you know, with the restaurant and being the chef. But I want to know, and then I want the viewers out there who may not know you to just, like, go on this. We like to, like, this segment we like to go back, like Back to the Future, hop in a DeLorean and go back to the very beginning, man. Young Chef Darian, you know what I'm saying? So, what like shaped you, mold you, to like, you know, as a youngin', like what type of things was you into at like maybe let's say 10 years old? Like what was you doing then?
I was playing sports back in Jamaica, right? You know, cricket, football. That was pretty much what we have around where I grew up, right?
Cricket, football.
Cricket and football, you know what cricket is? Most people are like, what the hell is
I
cricket?
definitely know what cricket is.
It's like, you know, it's like baseball,
It's
but
like I got the
little
little
more different rules, you know what I mean?
Fatter, pause.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And my mom used to have one of the takeout restaurants, the cook shop.
Yeah.
So that's where the cooking started for me.
Nice.
It was like a chore for me back in the days. Like, I hate doing it because it's like stuck in the cook shop with my mom. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But it teach me discipline, you know, and it teach me that I need to help family members. So I was just with my mom every day cooking, and that's where the cooking started. My mom left Jamaica when I was 15. I took over the cook shop.
Wow.
And then started cooking for the neighborhood folks, and people love it, and that's when it take off from there.
All right. So that's where you like, did you develop was it still like when you did it young, was it a passion? Did it become a passion, or it still was just something like it felt like a chore? When did it become like a passion? Like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
I would say when I was like 15, when my
15?
mom left Jamaica, so I'm like, you know what, I got to do this. Right. I got to do it right too, you know what I mean? I'm like, I see the love and joy that food bring to people. I'm like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's how that started.
And you know, obviously she knew what she was doing,
Yeah.
and she instilled that in you, and then she left you on purpose.
I would say that purpose.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But
yeah. She
you got it, baby.
Like, one of the things like she showed me, she do stuff, like her way of doing stuff, and I just follow it.
right.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I start changing the way she do stuff and do it my way.
Absolutely.
It's funny because she worked with me until this day, right?
Nice.
Both restaurants, and it's like, she's like, that's not how I teach you to do it. That's not how it's done. I'm like, well, different. You know, I went to culinary school and all that
Right.
stuff. Like, I get all these skills and these knowledge in food, so I just start doing stuff different. For example, oxtail, I sear every piece of oxtail first before I braise it.
Okay.
She just season it up and dump it in the pot and cook it that way. But I know that, color equal flavor, so I got to do it a little different. That's what I learned from culinary school, though.
Okay.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
Okay. So you got anything for him?
I mean, I would say my question is, how important is it to love what you do as far as cooking? Because I feel like for me, the best food I've ever had is when people put that into it, man.
Therefore,
How important is that?
Cooking, as people always see, right? They're like, you know what? It's so cool to be a chef. But there's not much money in it, though, unless you get to a certain level where you can, like, tell people what you work at. This is what I'm charging, you know what I mean? But, like, working in the restaurants, it's a long hours, long days, but you really got to love it to stay in it.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain point, where you can, like, tell people, like, listen, this is what my price is. That's what it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if you produce amazing quality, they can't argue with you in that, so.
Yeah.
Dope. How old was you when you first came to the States?
So I was 20 when I first came here.
Okay, so you have
I've been here
5 years experience cooking, and then you came here.
I've been here for 13 years, and let me tell you, it's a journey for me, man. Like, coming to the U.S., it's like, I didn't know anything about American food,
Right.
American cooking. So it's like, man, it's like everything was so new to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jamaican food, that's about it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, for me to learn French cuisine, Italian cuisine, Asian cuisine, man, it's a lot.
Right.
But you know what? I hold my head down and I work.
Yeah.
Grind, baby. But it took me a while. That's why I don't take crap from nobody, because I work for this, you know what I mean? I get up every day and I grind.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how I get to this point.
Absolutely.
Nobody really handed me nothing. I said, here you go. It's just like me working on myself night and day every day,
From a youngin' though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
My mom, she got 6 of us. I'm the only boy. So I feel like from a young age, I feel like it's my job to make it happen, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
my mom work with me right now, 2 of my sisters. And it's just like, it's a blessing.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely,
on my
man.
side every day,
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
Because you the king, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for them too, because you're a man who got the covering for his family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know if any of your sisters are, married or whatever the case may be, but they were there before you, and your mom set the foundation for you, and then you took that
Yeah.
to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
And then even with you going to school and those people was making fun of you and saying you was weird and stuff like that, how many of those people that you still know today, and where are they right now?
And you know, it's funny because I end up hiring most of those folks all through my career, right?
That's how you do it.
And they're like, yo, what happened? Because I remember you're in school, you didn't know anything. I'm like, I did my homework. I would go home and I practice.
Right.
Because people only did us like, okay, you know, teachers teach me, so I'm going to stop with that right there. No, I was like going home and practicing my knife skills, all these different sauces. When I go back to school, I can like show what I doing here, you know what I mean? Not just like showing up just because, you know.
Yeah. And when you talk about like the knives and stuff like that, they got a series out about a chef called Bear. You ever see that?
Bear. Yeah. Bear, yeah.
What you think about that?
You know what's crazy? The first episode, I didn't like it at all. It was too much, because I don't treat people that way.
Right.
It was too intense for me. I'm like, yo, this is just madness the way but as it goes on,
it became dope.
I'm like, yo, this is dope. I was looking forward to every season. I'm like, yo, I will just sit there and watch the entire thing because it started making sense to me now, the way I treat people and where I treat guests, you know what I mean? Because I'm all about hospitality, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And treat people right. I don't yell. I won't throw stuff. Just that's not my personality. You know?
Yeah.
But when I see that now, I'm like, I can't watch that. Like, I don't treat people that way. I can't support that.
Absolutely, man.
So let me ask you this. So when you first moved over here, how big of a culture shock was it compared to where you were from? Like compared to, you know,
it's like night and day.
Night and day.
Because where I grew up on a small little hill called Bradsill. No electric, no running water. It's like 6 houses on the hill, right? And it's like 23 of us living in one house. And we have to, there's no bathrooms inside. Everything's outside. We have to go to the river every day, get water.
Wow.
We have to bathe in the river, the crocodiles every day.
Wow.
So it's like...
So where you are now, bro, is an exceptional blessing.
Man,
and lived on Bratz Hill, and you named that after your restaurant. That's very creative.
That's where his name. People, where his name come from? Like
that's creative,
man. On.
Yeah.
And crocodile chasing you, those are stuff I can't like ever forget. You know,
right?
So when I come here and I flip a switch, and I have beautiful light, and you go in the bathroom to take a shower, you have different temperatures. I'm like, yo, this is amazing.
Yo, listen.
We only have one temperature that's cold. Cause the water is cold that's running every day that we're bathing in. That's where we do our laundry too.
Wow.
In the water, everything take place at the river, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I come here, I'm like, yo, we have everything at our fingertip. That's why I don't waste time. I get up on grind every day because there's so much opportunity here.
Yeah.
And when I take advantage of all that, people talk crap, right? Who's this guy coming to take our shine? I'm like,
right.
Let's see here to do what I have to do, man.
Right.
My family
You
got
here to work, man.
Yeah.
But that's dope, man, and then inspiring because for me, you know, and I hope my sons can hear, you know, watch this because it's like we take for granted the blessings that we afforded. You know, like somebody might look at you today and be like, "Oh man, he always had it, man. He looked rich. He looked, you know what I mean." But they don't know that it, you know what I'm saying. You came from humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying. You know, and it's crazy. It's like, and for me, just to let you know, like this podcast, why it's so special to me is because every time we sit here and we talk to people that we think we know, then we hear their story, and it's like, yo, you can just appreciate where they are even more. You feel me?
Exactly.
So it's super dope. Exactly. You know what I mean? To for you to be here, man.
It was
share
easy
that.
for me coming here, man. Like, if for example, computer, I didn't use computer back in Jamaica.
Okay.
So when I started school at ECC, I have to type my homework, right?
Right.
I type real slow, like looking for A, B. These
just
folks,
for one word.
These folks is a hate when I come in, right? Because they have to wait until I'm done before they leave. So they're like, just come help me. Come help me type faster.
Right,
but
right.
I'm like, that never stopped me from doing my homework. I just show up every day at school at ECC.
Yeah.
And when I finished at ECC, I went to Bob State.
Okay.
Because I want to know the business side of what I do, you know what I mean? ECC just focus on cooking.
Yeah.
Bob State is like business management. Because I know one day when I have my own restaurant, I want to be able to know every aspect of it. So if my bartender color will not coming to work today or somebody, I can jump in and do that.
That's right.
So I know all aspects of it. Because sometimes people trying to play you, right? Mm-hmm. You go to the restaurant and like, you know, what happened here? They're trying to tell you, make up something.
Right.
I'm like, I know exactly what happened here, even though I wasn't here.
I can tell.
Because I've been through the process step by step, right?
Right.
There's nothing I haven't seen yet. I've seen it all, you know what I mean? What happened, what could happen here. The pan was natting off, you still put the fish in, that's why it looks like this, you know what I mean? They're like, how do you know that? Because I did my homework, you know what I mean? I watch videos, I spend time on myself night and day, every day. That's what get me to this point.
And that's why everybody is not a CEO. Everybody doesn't own businesses.
Yeah.
You get people that try, but when they try, they only doing it to sustain money.
Yeah.
They're not doing it to satisfy the customers. Customer service is big. And if you got great customer service and you know how to treat people right, regardless of how they might approach you, if you stay solid on who you are and keep the kindness, then the money gonna come because they're gonna talk. The word gonna spread. Yeah. And you know, you just gonna continue to escalate into your business, man. So, you know, shout out to you, man.
I mean, I appreciate
salute
that,
to
man.
you, brother. Yes, sir.
It's one of those things that even when you go to, like, for example, you go to a black establishment, right?
Right.
And you don't get the level of service that you're looking for. And it's like, man, sometimes I just want to help them to get to that level. Like, listen, this is how you talk to guests. This is how you take orders. This is what you do. This is what you say. But sometimes they just won't let you, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people come into my place, they're like, yo, who owns this place? And they'll be like, they're surprised to see someone look like me with that level of service and professionalism, you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things. I just didn't want to be the average guy. That's why I dress a certain way in the kitchen and I act a certain way because I just didn't want to be the average chef.
Right.
And people judge me for that, and that's something that's happening from ever since I got here. Culinary school, they're like, why is this guy in these tight clothes, weird colors? Is he gay? He's just all these stuff. They don't know. It's my background, right?
Right.
We dress clean every day, and I bring it to the kitchen too. That I'd never seen that before. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff to adjust to coming here, and people like, this guy's different. Who is he? But when they find out I'm not from here, they're like, oh, they cut me a little slack here. Right. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. No matter what you do, good or bad, people going to judge. People going to stereotype. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to try to make you feel less than who you are. Yeah. But you know who you are, especially if they don't know you. You ain't got to come down to their level. You know what I'm saying? And, man, just keep pushing and keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, man, don't let nobody knock you off your square.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, man, when Mac, you know, he put me on to the spot or whatever. Pause. Because I know how you do. But, yeah, so, man, when I walked in, I'm like, yo, this is upper echelon right here. I got a lot, you know what I mean? It was just a vibe, you know what I mean? Because you're going, no disrespect to my other, you know, restaurant owners and pretty much shack owners. Cooking in huts around the town. Like, you go in certain spot, it just smell like old grease, the floor greasy. I'm slipping, about to tear my ACL trying to go to the bathroom. It'd be nasty, man. Like, I remember a story. I remember we used to eat at M&G's in the city, right? I remember we went with Shane one day. Yeah. So we go, that was our spot. We used to, it was a greasy spoon, but they had good food there, right? So one day I looked in the back, and man, the rice, they had a big thing of rice right near the bathroom on the floor.
On the side of the bathroom. So say this is the bathroom going towards your direction. The bucket of rice is sitting right here. So this producer we was messing with, he went to the bathroom. He was like, man, I can't believe y'all eat this, man.
I can't. I got to do his voice. He was like, yo, I can't believe y'all eat here, man. He said, I could have took a piss right in the rice, big man.
Yo, for real. But, you know, for people who don't know, M&G's was the restaurant, if you saw Belly, M&G's was the restaurant that DMX and Nas set up in the corner in the window and had that conversation.
I mean, it was a staple in Harlem. Like, this is where people went to go eat so. I couldn't believe it was just that. It was nasty, man. But
he said, I took a piss in the rice. For real, that's exactly what he said.
He said, yo, I could have just took a piss right in the rice, man.
From that moment, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to eat here no more because he discouraged me, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm like, how long have that rice been sitting?
Word, and I'm like, damn, what y'all doing with the meat? I come here. Pause. I come there. Listen, me and listen.
That's his first question. What y'all doing?
We'll be out. You know what I'm saying? Doing stuff in the studio. It'd be like 2 a.m. We'll be like, yo, we could be in Jersey. This how much we love A4. We would drive from Jersey to Harlem just to eat there.
And not only that, a lot of times we stayed in Long Island.
Yeah, that too.
We stayed in Long Island.
We drive all the way there to go eat.
Hungry. It's like 2 a.m. I'm like, yo,
we going to M&G's.
I said, we going to M&G's, man. Even though it was like little spots in Long Island that you can go eat.
Yeah.
But we was M&G's. You can get anything you want. On the menu. You can get breakfast. Like you can
2, 3 in the morning.
You can get
know what I mean?
liver and rice. Like they had everything, bro.
Anything you want.
Like they used to get the same thing. He liked the burger. What you get? Burger and fries.
Oh yeah.
He's getting burger and fries.
Big juicy joint. You know what I mean?
I'm ordering the green peas, rice with gravy and liver. That's what I'm ordering.
See, I don't eat like that no more, man. I'm on this diet right now, man. I done lost 55 pounds. I'm getting my neck back, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my guns out like you. You feel me? I'm about to come here in all tight stuff too, man. You feel me? I told him I'm gonna do an episode with my shirt off. Real talk. Pause. I am. I'm getting right, man. Heard? I'm getting right.
What a commercial break at?
Yeah. Whatever, man. That's what we hate, man.
They gotta stay sharp, man. That's what it comes down to, you know.
So listen, before you open your restaurant, I met you in 2018.
Was that 18? That's crazy.
That was 2018 on a set of The Purge. Yeah. It was in between takes, and we just standing around. I'm like, yo, man, what you do, this and another, and I'm a paraphrase. You said, man, I'm a chef. I work at this restaurant, but I'm not looking to stay there. I'm looking to open my own. Mm-hmm. So to see where you are and what you did with your mentality and what you learned and your ambition and your determination, man, congratulations.
Flowers, for sure,
Appreciate
man.
That.
You know what I mean?
My man, much love.
Because a lot of times, people say what they're going to do, but they just be talking. I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you put yourself in position to say, hey, I'm only going to work under them for this amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to take everything that I learned from them, and I'm going to take it and put it into my own.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start my own, and I'm going to do it better than anybody I worked with. Mm-hmm. And I see
That's
that.
true.
Man.
Solid, yeah.
So how'd you get the opportunities? You know what I'm saying? You had to cook for, I'm saying the MVP Josh, you know what I'm saying? And players like that, like how do those opportunities come? Do they come because you put in the work? Did somebody say, ooh, I try this food? Like, cause there's a lot of chefs out here.
Yeah.
Could be they like, man, how he get that?
So remember Vontae Davis from back in the day?
Yeah, of course.
So Vontae was the first guy who I
Of
cooked
course
for.
we remember Vontae.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say why.
Yeah.
Because he was on.
Remember Vontae?
Yeah.
So he walked in a restaurant that I was telling you about I was working at.
Right.
Yeah. So it was same time frame.
Right.
And black man walking in Hamburg restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see black folks in Hamburg at all, right?
Right.
I was the only older black man walking around for 2 years. So I'm like, oh crap, there's somebody who look like me in this place, you know what I mean? So he's excited, like, yeah. I'll go over and chat with him. I didn't know who the guy was. I never watched football a day in my life.
Right.
Play soccer, you know what I mean? So I don't watch football.
Yeah.
So he's like, I came here last year, come playing for the Buffalo Bills and looking for healthy food. I want a chef to cook for me, like a private chef. I'm like, okay, cool, I can try. I never did not be a private chef for anybody before, you know?
Wow.
Then he started posting my food on Instagram because he was loving it so much. Healthy food, tastes good. Not a thing, right? But I make it taste good.
Right.
And he was excited. And then when he retired, he fly me to Miami to his events for him. I meet all these guys from his event.
That's dope, man.
And they start flying me to where they live to the events for them too.
All right. Pause.
And when Diggs came here, he hit me up on Instagram, asked me to be chef. It's funny because at first I told him no, because I know it's just too much, a lot of work into it, and like sometimes it doesn't really make sense money-wise, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna tell him something. He's gonna say no, a price. You know what I mean? Just give him a big price. He's gonna say no. My man said that's cool.
Diggs, shout out Stephon Diggs, man. Shout out Stephon Diggs. Right?
There's no way he's gonna pay that, but he's like, that's cool.
He said that's cool.
But yeah, Diggs, he's
But
solid,
what you
man.
did by doing that, and I always tell people this, man, you made yourself valuable, and that's how you make yourself valuable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they got the saying like, okay, so we can go across the street right now and get waters 2 for $1. We can get them for 50 cents. that same bottle of water is $12 at the airport.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
people say, you take digs? No, I'm like, yeah, I just didn't want to do it. At the time, it's like, it isn't, I'd rather be on my family
Right.
than just running around town making a few dollars, you know what I mean?
But that's real though, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and he
saying?
said, that's cool. I'm like, damn. So I started cooking for him now. I meet all these guys that come to his house for dinner now.
Right.
Josh, Gabe, Mackenzie, all those guys I meet from Diggs.
Right.
Because they
Yeah,
come for dinner. I was at Diggs, it was like 6 nights a week, you know what I mean? Just
Okay.
sometimes you have brunch and I'll go back for dinner again, so they're always there. Then they started me coming to their house too, so that's how it started.
The whole team.
And then when players come to town, now I find I don't personally do it anymore.
Okay.
I find chefs, young chefs. You don't have to be young, but you
Put
know,
them in
up and coming,
position.
yeah, to give them my dream job of cooking for an NFL player, so I don't have to do it.
Right.
So I just assign them to that player full time, in home,
Come on.
lunch and dinner, no breakfast. They can pay for breakfast for themselves, but lunch and dinner every night, and that's what I've been doing now. So when somebody new come to town, they hit me up, and I find a chef for them.
That's dope.
But you
man.
gotta
that's-
trust.
that's
You gotta
really dope,
trust
man.
those people though, because
Got to.
Absolutely.
I've got a few that was
Yeah.
dishonest, you know, and it's like it looked bad at me.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things you gotta train them and trust them, because you're giving them your company credit card to go shop for these folks,
Right.
and they're in these people's home. They're not
Yeah.
doing any weird stuff like taking random pictures and videos,
Right.
which have to go over contract. It's
Professional,
It
man.
become a business now.
yeah,
Like I
understand.
don't really do
It's a business.
Yeah, that's what it is. So I can pull up to any guy's house who I want. Nobody know I'm coming. The client doesn't know, and the chef doesn't know. I just
Right.
show up, you know.
Right.
Hey, you know.
Because if they know I'm coming, everything's gonna be perfect and garnish and this and that to make
You
sure.
wanna pop up?
Yeah.
Like,
So I just show up.
yeah.
What's in the fridge? Gotta make sure, because these guys are special diets.
Right.
Right.
So I have to make sure there's no cream. Why is it cream here? This guy can't eat cream, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's a lot.
I like
You,
that.
you ever watch Undercover Boss?
I heard of it. Yeah, I believe so. Probably
So-
way
so
back though.
It's about something that you just said. Like they go in to their company and they watch everybody work, and they actually go in as a trying to get a job.
Yep, absolutely.
And they try to get a job, and they see how everybody treat them.
Yeah.
From the manager, from the workers, they see what everybody doing. So, like you said, you don't never tell them you coming. You just want to see how they're gonna operate on their own, not knowing. So, I mean, that's dope. But yeah, Undercover Boss was dope.
Yeah,
Like
just-
I like that.
Pull up, see what because if anything go wrong, for example, this player diet sheet said they want to lose weight, like 10 pounds or whatever, or 5 pounds. And I tailor this menu for them, like this description, okay, we can't have this, we can't have that. And you making all this out of random stuff, that's not helping me or the player, you know what I mean? So I'm all about helping these guys reaching your goal.
Right.
There's no better feeling that when a player tell you that, listen, I reached my goal, thank you. It's just a wonderful feeling to see that you help them
Right.
get to that level, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it is you like you said, you tailor, you know what I'm saying, what they eat. Like literally 5 pounds can make a player's career.
Oh, yeah.
So like if they try to lose 10 pounds and I gain 10 because the chef is making whatever, now I'm not as fast. Now I'm not as productive.
Yeah, because Trey
So-
Davies told me that if they're over, for example, like for the position they play is supposed to be 190.
Right.
They're 195. They have to pay
Right.
that extra 5 pounds. Like
that's-
they order accountable for.
Yeah, I
Listen,
heard that like years ago.
Right.
this is where it's supposed to be. That's where it's supposed to stay.
Listen, no shade, my man. You need to help Dawkins, man.
Come on, man. Don't
That's my
That's
guy.
my boy. I was
no,
just
no,
with
no,
him the
no.
other night.
No, what I'm saying is because, you know what I'm saying? No, he's dope. You know what I'm saying? But I seen him get bigger because he's out late night, like, you know, like he a rapper eating chicken wings all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be disciplined. Listen, team, Buffalo Bills, y'all my team.
Oh God.
Definitely my team.
What you
Discipline.
lobbying for a front office
It's about
job, man?
discipline. Listen,
Yo,
if
listen,
they,
we're
if they
not
want me in
doing.
the front
Listen,
office,
I know
cool.
that should change.
No, let me
I
talk.
know that should
No, let me
change.
talk. You're not
Here
about
we
to
go,
do that.
man.
You're not about to do that.
Here
You
Here
always
we
got
go,
stuff
man.
to say
This
when you
is
want to
Chef
say it.
Darren.
No,
I
no.
don't talk about the Bills right now, man.
Listen,
It's
hold
Chef
on.
Darren
That's
time,
what we
man.
talk about. This is his career.
No, man,
So
you just want an opportunity to Bills Mafia right now.
listen. We need to do a meal
that's-
plan for Dawkins.
Actually, I was just talking to you the other night. It's funny you bring him up because he was the main guy I was talking to the other night. Like, I'm gonna give you my chef. to like in home, like lunch and dinner.
Absolutely.
You love the idea, but we'll see how it goes from there. But
Correct. Because he's a dope player, but like you said, the pounds matter. You be slower. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: so you saying if he help him out with his diet and everything, they gonna win the Super Bowl? Is that where you going with this?
See, now you throwing sharp.
No, I'm just asking.
No.
I see how you. I know how you go. I know how you go. You gonna try to
like you said.
What?
We gonna talk to Chef Darren.
Exactly.
All right. So don't ask no stupid questions.
Don't you lobby for your front office position? You do that. You do that behind the scenes. You heard? You heard?
Listen. You know what I think is dope though, man? Because it's biblical. Like when you have a gift and you pass it down to other people and you don't hold it for yourself. So for you to put other chefs in position that is looking for opportunity,
I'm not gatekeeping, man,
there you go.
because
That's dope.
nobody really opened the door for me. I pretty much knock it down myself, and I have a platform and a voice where I can like make stuff happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
Like for example, the Plating Society. When I'm not using it, I got a chef there tonight. A pop up. I don't charge them nothing.
Nice.
They're my team members from next door, from Brad Sills. So they do their private events there. I don't charge them $1.
Yeah.
They use everything there, whatever, because the space is here. There's not much money in this industry to begin with. Why am I going to take fee from you and you're not making anything already? You know what I mean? So that's just the way I look at life.
It's a blessing to be a blessing.
That's a blessing.
Man. You being a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do you ever get challenged by chefs? You ever chefs be like, yeah, I seen you on TV, because some people always challenge you. You always like to call you out, like, battle me right here. You cook the same thing as me.
It's funny you said that because one of my team members sent me a screenshot of this chef talking crap about me on his Facebook.
See?
It was last week, I believe.
Wow.
Wow. He's calling me out. I'm like,
He was like, what?
and people is like, yo, you think you're going to challenge him? I'm like, I'm in a part of my career now. I don't need to challenge local chefs. I'm here to help uplift them and get them to the next level.
Right.
Like, my agents don't even want me to be competing in the Food Network, much less competing locally.
Right.
I have too much to lose, I mean, like, why? Why am I here trying to, compete against these chefs here in Buffalo?
That's in those shacks I was talking about.
past
That person that put you on blast. How many restaurants they got?
Right.
Exactly.
He works somewhere. I don't know.
He works
we got
somewhere.
it. We got
So
it.
he
So
probably
guess what? He already lost.
I never heard of the
He
guy.
already
I'm like,
lost.
oh, this guy
Yeah.
even know me.
So
Like,
he
already
probably had some hoagie spot making grilled cheese,
Come on, man.
something like
Chill,
milk.
relax.
I'm
Chill,
like,
relax.
yo.
Talk your stuff, man.
who
They
is
not at
this
your level,
guy?
man.
I'm like, I just do my thing, I mean, I'm like, listen.
But the key word you said is he worked for somebody. I don't
Yeah,
know
he's a
him.
worker.
I never even heard of the guy before.
Yeah. See,
But
he,
people are,
he never even heard of you. He don't even know who you is.
He trying to use
Yeah.
Chef Darren to get some clout.
To elevate
Yeah,
him
you know what I mean?
from getting off of fries
So let
at
me ask you this,
Wendy's.
Listen, and that's what I was saying. Pretty much, that's where I was going with it. Where you asking like this? It's
So along your journey, you've won the Food Network.
yep,
How did you get that opportunity?
just apply. So actually, the one I did Chopped. I lost at the dessert round, which you should watch. I feel like I should have won that one too.
Yeah, I seen
I
that.
did
I'm like,
supermarket stakeout, the cooking in the parking lot. I won that one. But it's a good feeling to see that, I go out and represent myself, my family, and my
Absolutely, man.
community, what I mean? And it was a great experience. Just apply online and just keep reaching out. That's the thing with people. They're afraid to reach out, right? Don't just send an application. You got to follow up.
That's right.
Find the email of those people who run these agency.
Right.
You got
Got
to
to.
email them. Keep poking them.
right.
Hey,
Same with the Ram
give you a
commercial,
chance.
right? For
Got to.
years, we've been hitting up this guy. The wife and I be hitting up this guy.
Okay.
Yo, let's do something. I'm a big Ram fan. I got an Instagram page just for my truck because I love the product so much, right?
Right.
And for like 4 years.
4 years.
Stop.
Non-stop.
My man finally gave in and said, you know what? All of that hard work you've been putting in, trying to reach out and making it, let's make it happen. Fly us to California, we'll knock it out. Yeah.
And that was dope.
And I'm still getting paid from it. It's almost a year and a half now.
Oh, that's dope.
Checks because it's
Residual.
It's still running. It's in Canada right now, Honduras. People seeing it over there, Mexico, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, that's dope, man. That's another accolade. That's another step. You know what I'm saying, into the top tier. You know what I'm saying, direction, man. Like when I was watching the Super Bowl and it came on, I'm like,
Yo,
I text you. I was like, yo. I said, yo, that's crazy. Congratulations, bro.
I was just like, yo, That was
I
so
remember you
fire.
texting too, yeah.
Yeah, I texted you. I was like,
Actually, I said,
what
yo,
the heck?
did they send you a new RAM or what?
Yo.
Well, they want me to get rid of my TRX to get the newer, like what they were promoting. I can't get rid of my TRX, man.
That's not gonna give
How
me
they
one?
gonna give
Pause.
you? How they gonna want you to get something else that's lower than the TRX?
Yeah.
There's not a RAM that's higher than TRX.
No, that's just the boss of the street, man.
Exactly.
It's a fun truck, but
I gotta ask you a real question, man, because like
Real one.
last week we was we was talking about relationships and stuff like that. So I gotta ask you,
You was-
how important is it to have a supportive woman in your life that supports you, and you know what I'm saying, how is balancing like family, having that. Does the wife make you better? Does she make you want to get out here and go
better
even hard?
every day.
Yeah.
She does most of the like the behind the scenes stuff, like the business stuff. I just show. I just show up and do what I do. I'm an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
But she talked to my agents back and forth, negotiating deals, and it's an amazing thing.
That's
It
dope.
took us a while though to really like be on board and see what I see in my vision. And
Right.
but we're great now.
That's dope.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because for the people out there that don't know, this guy is very busy, and
He really
you know,
is.
we had
I'm
to
just not seeing him
reschedule.
again
We had to
4 or 5
reschedule to
years
get you here.
Yeah, I'm
and
sorry.
the
I was in Toronto. I'm like, when you text me, I'm like, oh,
but I was in Toronto too.
yeah. You say you're in Toronto too. I'm like, oh.
So when I text you, I'm like, bro, what's going on? You was
And
like,
the thing is, I have a hotel for 5 days. So I don't have to leave. And you,
But
like, you were so
it goes
cool
back
and,
to
like,
what you asked him.
Yeah.
Because he texted me, he was like, bro, he said, I didn't even know this is where we was gonna be this week. He said, I didn't check the schedule. He said,
Yeah.
my wife just told me where we was gonna be, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to your question,
Yeah.
that's dope support. And then
Yeah.
when we rescheduled and I seen him at the comedy show,
Yeah.
he said, yo, bro, we gotta reschedule. I said, okay, what's your schedule like? He's like, hold on. I said, babe, check the schedule. You know what I'm saying? So she put her phone out.
Yeah.
But listen, that's much
She
love.
gave me a few dates, and like these dates, I'm like, okay, let's lock this one in. I'm locking
Yeah.
in right now.
Listen, that's much love and much respect, though,
Yeah.
man. Because having a companion, having a marriage, girlfriend, wherever it starts, it have to start somewhere. But
Yeah.
to have that and to grow with that, because everybody think everything supposed to be peaches and cream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta work out the kinks throughout the journey. You know what I'm saying? And to have that and to get to that level, that's amazing. That's dope. So I salute you, your
Yeah.
family, your kids, your companionship, man, your marriage. And I wish you nothing but more blessings and more success through it all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a team of people who make me great, right? It's not just me.
Right.
I got like, my in-laws help me watching the kids, whatever. Like my wife, she's always there. My sister's always helping out. It's like, it's a team of people
Teams matter,
who
man.
made
Yeah.
this happen. It's not
The
just
village,
me, you know
the
what I mean?
village,
Yeah.
like they say, it takes
Yeah.
a village, man.
That's a fact.
Not just to raise the kids, just to help the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And look how you give back to whereas, okay, you make sure everybody is moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole train is moving for everybody to get on to go to wherever destination you want to go to.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's like the biggest obstacle of running the restaurant? It's like what's like the biggest like hurdle to get over on a daily basis to keep it moving the way it should move?
It's funny. It's like it took me a while for people to get on the same page, like on my page, when it comes on to like the food and the service. The service is one of those things, you know what I mean? Because it's like people feel like they know what good service is, and this is what I do. This is what I've been studying for 13 years.
Right.
So to get them on that level where they're providing the best service to my guests, and I'm not getting texts here and there on Instagram like, oh, I show up at this restaurant, at your restaurant, they didn't greet me the way I was looking to be. It's just one of those things, getting people on your level. And also the challenges of running a business. Like sometimes business is slow. You got to pay your people. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest challenges. Payroll is a motherfucker. Let me tell you.
Man, bro.
But what you going to do?
Right.
These people got mouths to feed, just like you.
Right.
So we gotta take the ups and downs, you know what I mean? That's just the way it is running business.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes, but we're still kicking it,
That's
So what's the
Don't do
next
it.
venture? So I mean, like you got the restaurant, you're doing. I mean, you've done a lot of great things here. So what's next? What's the next thing you're trying to conquer?
That's a good question because I make a goal list, right? And I wake up and I used to look at it and just cross them off like, ooh, that's great. My last one on the list was the Ram commercial.
Okay.
Because I see it. I'm
Right.
like, there's no way these guys not gonna use me because
Right.
I love this truck so much. I love the brand so much. You know what I mean? Just it makes sense
I'm with you on
to
that.
use real people and not just
that's
like
right.
some guy just because you have a face. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I crossed it off. I'm like, oh crap! It's time for me to make a new list now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dope.
So it's like commercials. I want to get even more commercial because that really pays. You know what I mean? And my agents are there just like making things happen for me. They getting deals here and there. They're presenting it. I'll be like, yeah, this doesn't align with my brand. Keep it moving. Give me something else. You know?
Right.
But I always want to have my own show though, like my own
Okay.
lifestyle, cooking.
Oh, like following you type.
Yeah, just like the
That's
day in the
dope.
life show because I do so much on a daily. I could be doing a kid birthday party tonight. Tomorrow night I'm doing a cooking class. I could be at Josh House the next night. You know what I mean? Just like
They'll love
the
that.
life of
But
a chef.
you have a lot of visuals with everything you already done so far, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use that and pitch it to
Create like a
different.
pilot.
Yeah, for different networks.
Yeah, I got some producers who's trying to make. I almost have my own show already, but they want me to leave Buffalo for it.
But they got to pay you enough to leave
And
Buffalo.
I'm like, I don't want to leave Buffalo. No, bring it here. Let's make it from Buffalo.
right.
But they're
That'd be
like, it's
crazy.
Buffalo. Nobody come to Buffalo.
But listen, that go
Yes,
back.
they do.
That go back to your number. So they want you to leave Buffalo and take this heavy twist,
Yeah,
50 million,
yeah.
and
So-
then go from there.
You know, you out.
You understand what I'm saying? Because people like to kind of like twist your journey, but then they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
They just expect you to jump through hoops just to make something work that they want you to do. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And people think that they be like, man, no, that ain't gonna work. No, it will work because a closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? If you don't ask, you won't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to do that, man. You know what I mean?
So like end of a sermon. If you don't ask, you don't know.
Right. So listen, how did you? And I know you say you applied a lot of stuff. I seen you and your family on Family Feud with Steve Harvey, man, and y'all won, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That was
Congratulations.
we
How
did
you
two
do that?
shows. We lost the second one, but we won the first one.
Okay.
Won the Fast Money too. That was a dope experience.
Did you stay there? Yeah, I always want to know how does that work. I was gonna ask Mo too. Like, so do you stay there? Do you like if you win? Like, is it a immediate taping after that? You got to come back. Like, how is that process?
So if you win, you'll go back on the next day.
Okay.
And if you win again, you keep going and going and going, yeah, until
Until you lose.
they knock you out.
Nice.
And
Nice.
do they really pay you 20,000 or is like cut money?
Yeah, it's 20,000 to split for all 5 people. So
But for your team.
yeah, for my team, yeah.
But it's up to you. You keep it for yourself because they came with you anyway. but you take care of your people.
Yeah,
though.
of course, always.
But what
Because
I'm saying is,
they're all they got. You always got to take care of people.
basically the question is though, you walk away with the money.
Yeah, because
Well, 90
You know,
days
some of
after,
them
we're
shows they
still
did.
waiting for that bread to come in because it's not
Right.
that's what I'm
not
saying.
90
Still?
days yet. Yeah, well, yeah, it's not
Is it
90
90 days?
Yeah,
Wow. They got to clear it. So they really ain't got the money.
that's just the way it is.
Bam,
man.
bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
But yeah,
Yeah. That's
Yeah, man.
hard,
So, you know, that's definitely dope, man. You know what I mean?
Well, yo, we gotta. He got to take a flight in a minute, man. He got to get up out of
Yeah,
here.
man.
15, just text me.
Probably people say he outside. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, you know, we gonna wrap up the part of your segment, man, because you know you're a busy guy. You know what I'm saying? You're moving all over the place. My man got the helicopter, the helipad on top of the building. You know what I'm saying? He got to go hop in the
Couple
PJ. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, tell the people where they can find you, where your restaurant at. You know what I'm saying? Your Instagram, everything, bro.
I mean, I appreciate you guys having me, man. On this show,
for
it
sure.
means a lot, you know.
Oh
so.
man, we
Well,
appreciate you
yeah,
for coming through.
Instagram, Chef Darian Bryan. Facebook is Darian Bryan. I got my restaurant, Larkin Squares. It's Brad Sill by Chef Darian, and also Plating Society is a private dining. See if you want to entertain your guests and have a good time, that's where you come. I'll cook in front of you guys and entertain. That's what I do, you know. I mean, I'm an entertainer too. You know?
Come on, man.
Yes, sir,
Come
man.
on, man.
You know what I'm
That's all
saying?
I'm saying.
Word,
Yes,
man.
sir, man.
We
Hey, man, you gotta let me
appreciate
come
bro.
and get on the
We
ones and
appreciate you,
twos
man.
one time. Let Mac
Word.
host, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta do a little something,
We'll
man.
cook something up, you know.
You gotta
man.
hook something
Yeah,
up.
Where to
man.
find me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Make
we
something happen, you know?
gonna make it happen, man.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, listen, man. Safe travels.
Much
And
love.
Yeah,
listen,
thank
we'll be in touch.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And maybe we got to bring him back, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
We do it again,
for
man.
sure.
You gotta come back for the, you know what I mean? What we bringing on next? I don't want to say it. he definitely got to come back for that.
Okay. No doubt, man. Yes, listen,
I'm just 10 minutes away, so.
all right, man. Listen, let's make it
down the
happen,
street.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My man, much love,
Yes, sir,
man.
man.
love,
Peace and
bro.
blessings,
Stay blessed.
man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man,
You
much
too,
love.
man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
All right, man. So let's get into some real talk, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we got to talk about. I'm sick of this nigga, man. Furry head, orange face, man. He about to destroy the world, man. You know what I'm saying? He got us. And this is the thing. Iran said they gave him a warning. They said, "Listen, if you intervene, we gonna nuke you, niggas."
That's what he said.
So, listen, for me, you know what I'm saying, I ain't about to sit here and go too deep, but it's like, you know, I just did a video on my page a couple days ago about God's sovereignty. You know, God is in control at the end of the day. So I don't really worry too much about it because I'm a Christian. And then at the end of the day, God already wrote the script of how this thing is going.
I'm about to say, this
So
is
at the
in
end of the day,
Revelation.
we
Absolutely.
know, and I tell people all the time, this, you got to understand something. Nothing lasts forever, not even yourself.
That's
We
fact.
all have an expiration date. Food has an expiration date. Medicine has an expiration date. Ointment, whatever, has an expiration date. So does this earth. So it's going to end one day. I know a lot of us don't want to, and I tell anybody, this is not the time for you to be wavering. You better, and listen, I got to be real, and no disrespect, but I got to just be honest. Listen, this is about getting to the right faith, the only faith, and the only true God. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't the time. I'm telling you, this is the time to get your life together and get your family in order and get your house in order and worry about your soul. We so caught up in, you know, partying, you know what I'm saying, messing with broads and chasing fame and all this and the third. Listen, at the end of the day, you better get your house in order, man. You better get your soul right, because if you know like I know, this ain't our home no way if you're a true believer. You know what I'm saying? We just here passing through. You know what I'm saying? This life ain't nothing but a test. I tell my kids all the time, this life ain't nothing but a test to see where we are gonna spend eternity. You know what I'm saying? Are we worthy to spend eternity with God? So he puts us here to see what we gonna do with this time. We only got this window of space. I tell people all the time, we got here and here, right? It is about what we do in that in-between space. A lot of us is wasting a lot of time. And I'm telling you, it's getting super late. We got to really get our house in order, our lives in order, man. Like, you know, I know we do a lot of clowning up here. We have fun and all that, but this is serious, man. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, like, in the next 2 years, whatever the case may be, we really going to see, man. Orange face, furry head just got us into some. I'm telling you, it's about to get real out here, man. What's your thoughts on that, Shot?
It's real, yeah. I mean, I would say my thoughts on it is just, honestly, this has been written in Revelation. So, you know, I think that it's real. I think a lot of people wasn't for sure. They seen things, but this is like, you know, it's like you have a situation and, you know, boys say they see you and whatever. Might see you enjoy you, swing on you. You're going to say, okay, it's real. Like, nah, okay. I see. I mean, y'all was talking online. That's cool. It became physical.
Yeah.
It became physical, man. And, you know, for us, man, we just have to learn how to buckle down and band together, man. This ain't the time for everybody to freak out. Like he says, an expiration date, but God already said what it was. So now it's time. He said, with two more in the midst, together he's in the midst. We gotta come together. All the little petty stuff, we gotta let that go. Because, man, we are about to be in some stuff. And guess what? Iran, none of these places don't care nothing about our social beefs, our personal. He don't care nothing about that. They'll take you right out of here. So it's just really time to just unite, bro.
Anytime you go into war with somebody that don't care about blowing themselves up,
it's a problem.
To make them niggas you want to be playing.
Hold on.
They will blow themselves up in the name of Allah.
real.
You heard? Like,
Bro,
don't
they're
fool
not
with them,
playing.
man.
They're not playing, bro.
Listen to me. Orange face, furry head. I can't stand you, nigga. I can't.
Yo,
just being honest, man.
And the man said he was gonna do this. And
Yeah.
like, that's the one thing I don't like Trump, but I can respect Trump in one area.
Honesty.
His honesty.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said he don't cap.
He's an honest psychopath.
He's an honest psychopath.
Yeah, word.
That's a great way to call him. Man.
Word. What you think, Matt? We here, man. We here.
Antichrist.
Man. No.
Gas
Devil.
price.
Yeah,
The new Hitler.
I don't believe he's Antichrist, but if you read in the Bible,
I think he's the one that's going to usher him in.
Yes,
he's the spirit that's going to usher him in.
It would be people who go before.
But
that
you
would
know
set
what
the
though?
plate.
Hold on, let me see.
Because the Antichrist is coming in Revelation.
He's a Antichrist. He's not the.
Right. If you read chapter 13,
he's part of it. He's a Antichrist.
Is coming for world peace.
Yeah.
That's where he comes from.
Right.
He's coming from because the worlds are at war to show to bring it together. That ain't Trump. Trump don't want peace.
Nah, at all.
The man said, who got the power now? He really said that.
Yeah.
That sound, bro, this ain't no game.
Yeah, it's not.
To him, it is.
Yeah, bro. It's like you said, you got, bro, they going to show you what's up.
All right, man. So I'm going to wrap. It's a few things I wanted to touch on. So I'm gonna
Let's touch on it. Pause, though.
So, yeah, pause. So it was a gun. Yo, listen, man. This nigga, man.
Yo, you listen. I'm going on vacation, man. I need a pause break.
Yo, listen, man. Yo,
Did you come back on pause?
word.
Pause.
Word. You doing a lot of vacationing, man.
You is,
must be
man.
nice. It must be nice,
We're
man.
doing a Vision Podcast vacation. It's time.
Word.
Hey, listen. We can do it.
Okay.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We can do it, man. Listen,
All right.
the thing about it is, bro, we work so hard. And listen, pause. Listen, I forgot to say at the beginning that welcome to the Vision Podcast Season 2.
Oh, yeah,
Season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's get into this. Did y'all hear about the gunman that opened fire at that Michigan church?
Yeah, and then there was a deacon ran over with the car. He stopped the massive shooting. It was about to be crazy.
Okay, just to coincide with what I just said about the World War. Listen, I tell people a lot. You know, a lot of people be like, man, we've been hearing about the end of the world. But it's like this. Yes, we've been hearing about it, but it's like it's been things leading up to this point. It's like here's where people gotta not be, because the devil is a good deceiver. You know what I'm saying? He's a good manipulator. So this is what we got to pay attention to. We got to pay attention to all the signs. We living in perilous times, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what could happen at any moment. Like these people just went to church to go to just serve God, and they said homie came in, I think with his mother or something like that, and just start up. So it's like when you see stuff like that, when you see school shootings, when you see all these kids getting abducted and sex trafficked, and you see you see what happened at the Juneteenth this year. I heard that they went crazy at it because one of the dudes that worked for the Peacemakers goes to my church. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people.
And he was basically saying like, "Yo, these kids, man." He said they had enough wherewithal to. They said they was in a. He said cats was in the parade. Did the parade and then went right into their fighting gear.
Yeah,
and got to getting it in. Cats leaking, getting cut.
But it was leaked up. They were.
Yeah, nuts. And it's like, this is what we got to look at. We got to pay attention to all, like, a lot of times we so caught up in our little bubble. You know what I'm saying? We just be looking at what's going on in Buffalo. Like, you got to look at world news and see how crazy it is. And then, I do a lot of, looking at, all the prophecies in the Bible that's coming into fruition. Like the Euphrates River almost being all the way dried up. Just all these different biblical prophecies. And it's like, yo, I'm watching the Bible unfold. We watching it unfold right in front of our eyes. That's why we got to pick that thing up and get into it. It's basic instructions before leaving earth. The problem is the devil got us so occupied in our jobs and living it up and being turned and lit and this and the third that we are stuck in a trap, man. And we don't even recognize all the craziness that's going on around us, man. We got to wake up, man. And that's just my my sermon for the day.
Oh, that's true, though, man.
You feel me?
I agree. We definitely have to.
We got to wake up, man.
We got to wake up, man, because this world is falling. Things are collapsing right in front of us.
All right. Transitioning to, did you see what happened with T-Rex in the battle rap the other day?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, of course.
Yo, man, prayers up for T-Rex, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Talk to me.
Man, he was doing his third round. He just ended the second round. He had a seizure while he was rapping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, right.
Prayers up, man. Prayers up.
I mean, he just collapsed. It was crazy. It was crazy to watch.
But he put a video out and said he was good. Mook said he was good, but he
I can't remember exactly what he looked like. Is he the slimmer guy? Or he's chubby.
Yeah, he's chubby now. He used to be slim back in the day, yeah.
All right, so my thing is this, with seizures, that's a part of health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, prayers up to him, but you know what I'm saying? Us as a people, we got to stop being comfortable with just putting anything in our body.
Yo, we got to stop doing drugs. I heard he used to do a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he was working out at one point. Then he stopped.
Then he stopped.
He stopped, man.
Well, I'm not even saying you ain't even got to work out, but just
no, but I'm saying he was locked in on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he got unlocked.
Okay.
But then I heard previous to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put dirt on his name, but I heard he used to do a lot of, pills and and foolishness.
And what they say is
me?
when you do stuff like that and then you change and you do better and you eat right and you work out, your body still, has certain triggers and go into shock and be, you know what I'm saying? And then things happen afterwards. So, we definitely got to
But prayers up to T-Rex, man.
Prayers up T-Rex.
For real.
I'm happy Rex, baby.
All right, we got to get into this now. Jim Jones versus Nas. Jimmy out of his mind, man.
Let me explain something to you. Anytime that happens, and this is just me. Anytime that happens, you're just trying to catapult your career off of somebody else's name, and guess what? You're getting everybody wound up to be like, no.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's the attention that he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking for.
But he's always done that.
But guess what, though? He said he called out Conway. Conway said, what's up? And then he backed down. I ain't never heard nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo, stand up.
Right.
Yeah, no, he ain't went. But,
You heard?
But listen.
Listen.
Nas' response to that was, he said, yo, pen and paper, and then they can do with him. He said, yo, I support Jim Jones. He work hard. But pen and paper, and then he can do with me. And he left it at that. And I feel like
I'm just sick of sick of the trolling for motion. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it.
It's part of it.
It's part of it. It's just lame to me, man. It's like, at the end
I agree.
Decades, bro.
it's just cool. Like, cause then the man, he just sounded nuts. And then Jimmy, you just sound nuts. You sound like you do dope. And then listen. I forgot who the dude I was watching, but he brought up a good point. He said Jadakiss and Fat Joe is dead wrong for not putting Jim in his place when he was on the couch.
I don't think they was wrong.
I think they was. For the simple fact, like, you letting this dude go in when you know you know the real.
Go ahead,
Come on, stop, Jimmy. Then he quoting like talking about some bring out Billboard and this and nigga. Nas is a platinum artist, fam.
Yeah, bring him up.
All right, well, guess what? Jim
Somebody come on here.
Jim Jones, come on a Vision podcast. We let him know.
But listen, they put up the stats, and Nas beat him in every statistical category can be.
But Rock, we didn't even have to go to that to understand that he was nowhere near the race.
But I like the motion.
He was nowhere near the race.
I like what Jim doing. I'd rather that than Pop Smoke dead. All these cats dying.
I will say this. Jimmy, we speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have gotten better over the years, and you doing good, and your latest music,
Jim Jones make dope music. He make dope music.
And I listen to it.
I'm not even about to sit in front.
You saying that you better than Nas,
you tripping.
Stop it.
You bugging.
Stop it. And if you have a problem, you want to explain yourself, and you want to come talk to us, we on the Vision Podcast.
We're here,
holla at us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy.
Holla at reach out.
Capo, come up here, man. Word.
I'm gonna let him go crazy too.
Word. You go as nuts as you want to. Pause. I know how you. Yeah, that was crazy. All right.
Leave Nas alone.
Yo, listen. Did y'all peep this though? Then this is real. This is going back to what I said earlier, man. We living in the last days. A lady had a doll shop making dolls, but the dolls was made of human parts, like dead, missing kids.
So
like the teeth, the hair, and all that.
This beyond voodoo.
Yeah,
it's beyond voodoo.
So cats was in there buying it, and they said, I guess one family had bought a doll, got the doll home, and was like looking, examining it, and noticed there was blood in one of the teeth that was in the doll mouth. Then they came through, and then forensics did what they had to do, and wind up that it was a missing kid. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
That's wild.
It's wild, man. But this is, yo, listen, it's like, every time I think that we can't go any lower as humanity, they take me straight to hell every single time. I'm gonna tell you something though,
man. In this day and age, a lot of kids with social media and everything, kids thinking they grown, right? Mm-hmm. And I've seen so many missing kids from the ages of like 7 years old to 25 years old. Like once they become adults, these got these young girls, they going on dates and doing, social dating sites and meeting up with people and getting killed and
yeah, right.
It's sad. And what they got to realize is you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not excluded.
Right.
Because grown people.
You found it.
Grown adults are getting kidnapped, killed, set up,
trafficked.
Yes. So, you got to be mindful. Like, you're not excluded, so you have to be mindful. You got to keep your head on the swivel, and you got to keep prayer in your mouth to be protected. You know what I'm saying? And safety.
You almost paused that.
I did,
safety.
But I
said prayer.
I thought about it.
He was right.
It was in the mouth, but I thought about it.
Safety.
I respect
you have to be surrounded by, family people or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, or get a ride from family, or if you drive, like, just be more mindful.
Yo, listen, what you preaching right now? Because guess what? I'm about to get into this real quick. You got to keep your head in the swivel out here, man. Listen. So the other night, after that, the joint that you had me at that you wasn't at.
Yeah,
The
for
gig.
sure. Yeah, I had to
All
work.
right, so I was hungry.
I put in work.
Cause listen, you told me.
listen,
Sean told me.
relax.
Hold on, listen. This
Relax.
why. This yo.
Relax.
Casually, like,
This-
yeah, I
this-
wouldn't
yo,
come.
You
this-
didn't
yo,
come outside.
Yo, let
You
me.
came outside like you was about to hoop.
No,
I
let's
said,
do
I
this.
said, what do Rock got on? That is
What
how
you
Rock
mean?
you try. I was like, you had on some shorts. I
What
said,
you
I
mean?
said, Rock came in like, I don't really care.
I came out like me. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't come in-
I had some brand new Jordan shorts
You
on.
did.
Had a
Got some-
Jordan
got
shirt
some
on.
Jordan
I'm
shirt
brand
on.
new Jordans. I'm me. This me, fam.
Nah.
You think I'm about to come in a suit or something?
So what? So what happened? man?
Nah.
You said keep your
I'm
head
saying
on
you
the
come
swivel.
right. So we're not doing that.
Yeah,
you keep your head on
I
the
came
swivel.
like
I feel like you came averagely.
Nah,
like,
nah,
I'm
nah.
here because I'm here.
All right. So what was he supposed?
What
to
I
have?
supposed to wear?
Like you know, Rock be match to the T.
No. Answer the question.
I mean, no, I wanted him to be Rock.
What you wanted him to have? Was it a suit? Was it jeans? Was it
Nah,
a sweater, V-neck, shirt?
I thought he was gonna come
collar
like
shirt?
stunting on him, like
Like what? Like suit? What?
What? What did you
He
expect?
gonna have on like a. I don't know.
But see,
Shot, it was
you
hot.
gotta-
It
you
was
gotta-
hot. It's summertime.
listen,
What you want me to do? You want me
have
to
to
sweat?
specify.
Like, okay, for example, like you came jewelry. You look like you came to. Yo, Rock look like he. I'm here. Shot asked me. to
I'm
come.
not chilling.
Pass me the ball. Pass me the rock. Give me the rock. Give me the rock. Give me the rock.
He was
Yo,
chilling.
listen.
I seen the video like.
Yo, I had my basketball shorts on, my Jordan basketball shorts. I had
Shawty
my-
came in here like she was. I said, okay.
Okay, cool. Listen, you get Rock on a summer day. You heard? I had everything was brand new. Shout out pop tags every day, so everything was brand new.
That
I was
don't matter
just
to me.
chilling.
That's not what I'm saying.
well,
I'm telling you, I
Here's the
felt
thing, right?
comfortable.
I don't
This
You
is
feel
what
me?
I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying about
I
you not
felt
feeling comfortable.
comfortable.
I said I thought you
So
was gonna come.
this is what I will say. You know,
Rocky on them.
depends
Suited
on
and booted, huh?
Yeah,
on-
not soup though, but booted.
I
though.
feel you.
depends on the ambiance of an event.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were at a certain level, when you're CEO or whatever the case may be, it just depends on how you feel at that day. Because if there's
Yeah.
not a dress code, you're like, man, you know what? They invited me. I'm gonna go ahead and wear my sweatsuit, throw on my white Kohans. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just chill. Or you be like, you know what? I'm gonna start on. I'm gonna throw this suit on. What kind of event is it? It's a award event. All right, I'm gonna throw my suit on. But certain events have a dress code. But if this one didn't have a dress code,
No,
you
it
just
didn't
come in.
have a dress code.
Right. So Rock came as Rock. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what the weather was, what he wanted to wear. So, you know.
I mean,
that's the
I
thing,
heard
you
what
know
you said.
I'm
I
saying?
don't care how much you defend him. I'm just saying at the end of the day, Rock is the only person on that panel that night who has done high amounts of things in the internet. He's
Right.
not the same as everybody.
Right.
Like so, if
That's why I felt like I could do whatever I want to do, Shot.
See, and now I'm different. In my mind, it should be flipped. When I'm coming in, like,
Right.
I've done a lot. Like,
Right.
if we pull, like, you know, I'm not no shot against nobody here. I'm just
Right.
saying,
Yeah.
I stand out because my resume stand out too.
Right. But my question to you is what did you expect to see from him
Right.
when it comes to the attire?
I don't think I have nothing specific. I think.
Because you know as brothers, we brothers, bro. We go
We
go.
like I expected Rock coming.
But here's the thing though, to what capacity? Because if you wear
Super
certain,
capacity.
but what I'm saying,
Like for example, when D-Mon was the
jeans,
judge, when he came in, he looked like a sign singing our like he looked like
So you
when
wanna-
Will Holt in there, he looked like Will Holt. He looked like this.
So
cat.
you wanted me to come in there with tight slacks on my ankles
no,
showing?
why you had this man-
That's what you wanted me to. That's what Will had on.
I understand what he's
So
doing.
you wanted
So let me
tight
ask you this.
slacks on with
So okay, so you
tight
saying
slacks on my ankles showing with some
listen.
hard bottoms.
No way.
No
No
way.
Here's the thing, right? So
That ain't right,
I'm
man.
gonna break it down. Depends on type of event, right? So
Yeah.
okay, blue jeans, ripped jeans, whatever, fresh Jordans. You just pop the tag off. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of shirt you want, but with a blazer. That what you saying?
That would have been cool.
That ain't tight.
Chains on.
Mac,
that ain't you.
is that me?
No, that ain't you.
No,
That ain't me.
that's
That
not
ain't gonna
you.
never be
Listen,
me.
you don't own that one suit or blazer
At all.
But you don't have to do that.
I'm not.
But you still
You ain't
need to
gotta
answer
worry
the
about
question.
it.
But
That's
I was,
one thing you ain't never gotta worry
I
about
was
me
surprised
doing.
to see him in shorts, like them type
Why?
of shorts.
No,
in
listen.
there.
But,
I was
okay,
surprised.
but listen, you surprised.
Bro, you came to the
But-
station with me every Friday.
had
You
on
never had
bikers?
shorts on.
He had on bikers.
No, I had those. I had Jordan
That
basketball
nigga
shorts on.
But my question
They
was,
come and people would
hold
ask
on.
me like, Yo, who's saying because he just had a look at aura like he was somebody.
He is somebody. But listen, I just want to know what attire did you expect?
You was really swallowing rock in this.
No. Listen, we're not even gonna use that.
Don't do that.
Listen, because listen, because we've been a team for 30 years, bro.
You've been a team for 40 years.
No, but what I'm saying
don't matter.
Listen. So, listen, somebody can say something about you, dog. I'm gonna protect you too. So you gonna say the same thing too?
No, I'm not coming at rock. That's my bro.
No, you said something to me.
No, because you everything I'm saying, you're counteracting and saying. Like he do this. No, what I'm saying was,
okay,
in
bro.
this war, he
You expected me. It's cool.
Brother. Hold on.
Because we gotta move on.
Okay, but
go
he
ahead.
still didn't tell me what he expected, though. I asked
Because
the
he had no
question.
expectation.
Okay.
He said Will Holden and D-Ma. First and foremost.
You comparing people.
No.
I
Let me
wasn't
just break this
comparing.
down. No disrespect to D-Ma.
I wasn't comparing.
We don't
nobody.
dress the same. We not in the same. I
I'm
don't.
not talking about.
I don't do
I'm
what
talking
they do.
about the look and feel. Like when I seen the video, I was surprised of seeing that.
Why? You always see me in a. You see me.
I don't see what athletic gear like.
Was
you
it that the outfit was dope or was the outfit nope?
No. It wasn't. The outfit was nope. It was just like I didn't think to a talent competition judge of the caliber that Rock is. That's how it was.
I feel you.
When I seen Shawnee, I was like, damn. Shawnee took it like.
Females gonna throw on some heels. Females throwing heels and anything look good.
But I've seen y'all come in fresher than females.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my
When
thing
you walk
is,
in, you like you know what I'm saying. When you come in, you're gonna be Hollow and Mac. You're gonna be Rock. That's a guarantee.
Guaranteed. It depends. Like I said, it depends on the event. Like if I'm going to an award event, I'm coming through like an award event.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
all. That's all.
What else we got?
No, but I definitely want you to talk about it because I heard so many things when I got back. So
Good
I'm
or bad?
like, I talked to Shine the next day, so now I'm like, I hadn't talked. to you yet.
So let me.
Was it good or bad?
It was a mixture.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something, man, and I'm gonna be real, and I gotta talk to all my young inspiring artists out there that's trying to do their thing. Like, listen, y'all have to learn first and foremost how to make songs, how to. A lot of y'all just need to be produced, man, and it was really a hard listen, man. It was hard for me to give anybody a good score because the talent level was so low. You know what I'm saying? I mean. First, it just wasn't.
Everybody?
It was bad.
Was it about like 15 artists?
No, it wasn't that
like
many.
6, 7.
But this, it was only about 6, 7.
It started off a big number.
Yeah, it was.
It went down.
But then it was heavy. It was heavy on the rap end. It was heavy on the rap end. And,
Yo, listen.
but hold on, let me break this down. Let me get it.
Go ahead.
Listen, you know how to make music. You a true artist. Okay. My man Ali Black, who I went to school with, who won the joint, he gave a master class on how to take command of the stage and be a polished artist. And it just showed me the different degrees of like, this is why it's so important for the young to embrace the older, I should say, in the more seasoned, because these young cats just come up there, they just saying words. Anybody can come up there and put words together, man. You don't know how to make songs. The hooks was no, because I'm thinking radio. You thinking, when I was, because after we had to deliberate, I was skating with Sheila, and she was basically saying, about the format of the radio. I said, well, man, nobody had no radio smashes, nobody. But what Ali Black had was the lyrics was strong, the stage presence was strong. He came looking the part of what he was. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was just everything was.
I told him that earlier.
Yeah, everything was on point. You feel me? So, and then I'm looking at, and then it was one dude. It was one Puerto Rican dude. No disrespect, but homie, he had the vibe, the attitude, like as if he made it, and it was like, no, he was absolutely horrendous. Every song, like they did 2 songs, he did 2 songs, they was horrible. It was a couple of the rappers. I could see potential, but it's just like, yo, y'all got to lock in with a producer. Y'all got to lock in with somebody in there. I could just tell a lot of these kids is around a whole bunch of yes men that's like, yo, that's hard, that's raw, and I just blame just the oversaturation of music today and just the whole SoundCloud generation of throwing music out there. Anybody can just throw music out there and just be like, yo, I'm dope because I got Pro Tools and I'm recording at the crib. But no, like we from the school, you too. We from the school of you had to put them 10,000 hours in to get ill.
You had to.
You feel me?
You know,
No, you had to.
one thing I notice about artists, man, they think that everything that they do is dope.
And it ain't.
And like with me as a when I used to be an artist, when I was doing it, if I listen back to something,
You said when you was who?
listen.
When you was
When
an
I
artist?
listen- When I listen back to
No,
something,
just tell me it again. I just need to hear that again. When you was an artist?
you heard it. Stop.
When you
listen,
was
man,
an
stop,
artist.
Stop with the BS, dog.
That's
Stop
not a
with it.
BS. I'm just saying.
Stop with it, man. You already huffed and puffed before you even asked the question,
Yeah,
dog.
'cause
Stop.
'Cause you
Stop.
like doing that.
Bruh, stop.
like doing that.
Stop, bro. Stop.
All right, man.
Stop.
All right, go ahead.
Stop.
Go
we,
ahead,
we
man.
all implicate ourselves.
Y'all already broke my wisdom because I had a whole other subject I was going, but then y'all started ranting and raving about me having basketball shorts on a t-shirt. So y'all already broke my wisdom
Actually,
earlier.
I did.
You feel me? But go ahead. Go ahead.
I did.
You still understand what you want to say?
Yeah, I'm just sipping. Go ahead. Do your thing.
All right, so you gonna get back to it as soon as you finish sipping, right? Okay.
Yeah, we got to hurry up because you know how Mel do. He'll cut us off
Listen,
real quick.
all I'm saying is, like, if we did some music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, go ahead.
I listen to music as if it's somebody else, and
Yeah.
if it don't grab me, even me as doing that,
Yeah.
I'm a critique myself. Like, no, that's not it. Even
Facts.
with food, I'm like, no, that's not it.
Right.
But artists think that just because they think that they dope or they made one dope song,
Right.
that everything else that they make is
It's dope. And it
but
ain't.
you gotta hear other people, and you can't be upset that if somebody be like, yo, that's whack, bro, or no, you don't need to do that. You can't be like, man, you crazy, man, because I know I'm hot.
You have to stop making music for your cousins, homies,
for yourself.
and yourself. You have to go out here, try to get an interview with Shy, let Shy play it on the radio, and let the people chime in and
Pick
tell
it
you what's
apart.
going
Let
on.
the people pick it
Pick
apart.
you apart.
We
You know what I'm
talked
saying?
about
And
that.
DJ King Shy gonna pick it apart.
And let
sure
you
I
know,
am.
listen, this ain't what it is, fam.
Yo, and the crazy thing about it is we had the A&R little thing earlier to listen prior to we talked. And the biggest thing I said to him was, I don't understand. I said, who told y'all these is party records? Y'all don't walk in and say, Sheila, y'all don't walk in and say, hey, DJ King.
Yeah.
Like, listen, we get new music every day.
It was bad, man.
Of all calibers.
It was
I
bad.
never talked to nobody.
Listen.
Because I tell you, that ain't
Right,
it, bro.
right.
Like, hey, change that.
It
like,
was
make it
bad,
more hook.
fam.
Like, because.
It was bad, yo.
Well, I'm glad.
Horrible.
Listen,
I'm just saying, like, not the event. The event was dope. What WFO put on is dope.
The
You know what I'm
event
saying?
is always
the
dope.
event was dope. It's
What-
just the
what was it,
talent
5
level
years
is
now?
hideous, man.
but yeah, the events has always been dope.
Hideous.
Yeah, Foundra's amazing. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hideous.
Yeah.
But getting back to what I want to talk about, when you was like, keep your head on the swivel. Remember,
Right.
that's where we went in before I got
Right.
derailed about me having the basketball shorts on. And
Every time we derail you.
it is what it is.
I love
No, but on a serious note, so after the event, I was hungry. Tiff had just got back in town,
Okay.
so
Who's Tiff?
my sister, my god sister,
my baby,
Tiffany Lewis. Oh, your baby. But I'm out, bro.
aka my baby.
Okay.
So boom.
So you want to go eat, Paul?
So she was, you know what I mean? She was in Cancun for a little while.
Because it said you left. I was like, yo, where Rock? It was like, oh, Tiff back. I said,
Yeah, I had to dip.
You
I had
left
to
the
dip.
whole
I gave.
Tiff back
No,
up
hold
there?
on. First, hold on. Let me go there for one more minute. Hold on. Let me look at the time before Mel cuts
Listen,
off.
we
All right,
good,
hold
man.
listen though. No, but on the real
look
though.
at the time.
Peep this though. So Shy told me and Shawnee to be there
I did.
at 5.
5,
Okay, what time did the event
Guess what
start?
time these niggas started?
Wait. What time was the event supposed to start?
6.
Listen.
So why you had to be there?
Hold
so
on.
early?
Hold on.
Because that's what they asked.
Ask me what time it started.
What time it started?
7:30, almost 8 o'clock.
What's going on?
7:30, almost 8 o'clock. My
All right, let me
stomach
ask you-
is
let me
rumbling
ask
at
you
this
this.
point.
What was the delay?
I have no idea. So I'm thinking, okay, at least, it's a little delay. This talent level is going to be extraordinary.
Did you
It's going
guys
to be
get?
extraordinary talent level
Did
here.
you guys get accommodated? Did you guys get like
No.
a?
Absolutely not. This is Buffalo. We not.
You know,
even
did y'all get a briefing like, oh, listen, we gonna start soon. We got.
Nah,
a
I mean,
couple
it was a little bit of that.
technical
It was a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? But no, listen, Sheila's amazing.
Okay.
The
Of
vibe,
course.
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
It's
Sheila
amazing.
Brown.
It's an amazing situation. You know what I mean?
That's
WFO amazing, but you know, it's just starting
Hey,
to
Sheila.
like. But okay, so I'm starving. That's why I'm leading up to what I'm saying. I'm starving, right? Now I'm there another 2 hours basically to judge. So now it's growling at this point. I'm saying I'm famished. My blood sugar is falling. I'm low. I'm seeing stars at this point. Light spots.
So basically, you fasting.
Yeah, I'm fasting.
Hold on.
Music.
Wait, no.
I'm fasting.
Come on, bro.
Mind you, Shad not there.
I'm not
listen.
He not there. He's somewhere else.
No, listen. He's fasting involuntarily.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
He
Not 'cause I want to.
He fasted involuntarily.
I have to.
You have no choice.
I have to at this point. So, boom.
I still would have been there. That's me, though.
So, boom, I do my job, whatever the case may be. We deliberate. I gave my 2 cents or whatever, and I had to dip. My baby outside. You feel me? So, boom, I had to get with her. So, boom. So, we had to go pick her daughter up from work or whatever the case may be, and then we went to now you know ain't nothing like late, ain't nothing really open but foolishness. So Jim Steakout on Main. So now I'm mad. I'm mad. This is what I had to eat. I'm just gonna some fingers, 5 fingers, and some French fries. You know what I feel me? Yeah. I ain't gonna go too crazy. I ain't gonna eat no steak hoagie at that hour. Nothing like that. So boom, I'm in there. You listen. So I'm in there, and everything is cool. And then the last, like if the Trenches had like a video game, it was called The Trenches. You know, you had to fight a YN at the end, like the boss YN to get to the next level of the final board. That nigga walks in, hoodied up. This nigga had on a rubber glove. I'm sitting there like, yo, why does this nigga have a? So I'm thinking like, yo, he just either committed a murder or he about to commit a murder, right? This nigga about to rob the spot. He got a rubber glove on because he don't want to put prints on something, right? So I'm peeping all this. My head stay on the swivel, Mac. So I'm in here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, and then it was some niggas in front of me who was like now they moved to the exit. So I'm talking to them. They're like, yo. Yeah, I peeped it too, man. This nigga look crazy. Yo, listen. It's like, yo, man. Mac, this nigga was up to... You can feel the nigga just up to no good. Like, so it's about to be a murder.
What happened?
Hold on. So I'm like, yo, I think I'd hurry up with my food because, yo, also, bro, listen. Now, I ain't no sucker, but these YNs, man, they unpredictable.
They different.
You don't know. They have no respect for life.
They looking for something.
They will kill you.
They looking for it.
Cheerios right after the murder. They have no respect. Go play PlayStation, chill, chop up some more crack. They have no...
Like Shane said. Like Shane said.
They don't care, man.
Like Shane said, hey, yo, big man, you know, I don't just do this, but, you know, dude had a problem. He was in my spot. I said, yo, I'm trying to get mom's groceries in the house. And he was like, yo, man, I don't care nothing about your spot. He said, so I said, mom's going in the house.
Back out on him, big man.
Back out on him, and then I took the groceries in the house, and then I went around to the crime scene. He said, listen, I'm going to tell you
After
something,
I had to lay him down. I came back to the crime scene, big man.
Just know that a lot of times the people who did it is dead.
Yo, listen, all I'm trying to say to you is listen. So they called my order, right? Now, listen, I'm so nervous at this nigga. I'm watching this nigga.
What'd you order?
I just, like I said, Tiff got us a couple fingers, some fries. I got some fingers, some fries, whatever. Grabbed that. Listen, I wanted to get out there so bad, I forgot my pops. So I get to the car, I'm like, damn, I forgot my Coke
back
Zero.
in there and get it?
Hell no. I told Tiff was like, yo, you forgot the pops. I said, we're going to go to 7-Eleven. I ain't going back in there. That nigga there is about to rob. He about to lay the whole facility down.
Did something happen?
I have no idea. But I just know, nigga, you see a YN with the hoodie on, look absolutely out of his mind.
What was the degrees?
It was that was about an 80. It was
What
hot
time
that
was
day.
it?
I mean, it was like about 10, so it's probably like 73 at night.
What Jim Steakout location?
Main Street.
Maine
there, where you across the street from Solo.
Okay, Maine and Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, he probably was on something or whatever the case may be.
He was definitely on something.
But I will say he had on one glove or two.
He had one glove
All
on.
right, I'm gonna
and
tell
he
you
kept
something,
going in his listen,
It looks
the
suspect.
niggas in front of me
It
back
looks
to the
suspect.
X, they was like, yo, we got to back to the X because
but I'm
crazy.
gonna tell you something though. The crazy thing is, like, you know, I haven't seen it. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he look like.
Yeah,
but
you don't.
A lot of people, they do have a glove, the old leather glove with the holes.
This
on
wasn't
the
a leather, this was a rubber glove. Surgical. Surgical.
Never mind.
Exactly. That's my point.
Where I was going was, the leather gloves
Mill, you
with the
see a
fingers
nigga
out with the
walking,
knuckles on them. A lot of people drive with that. They little fast race
Keep
cars.
going
They drive
back
with
and
that.
forth.
Walking right off.
Kept going in his pocket like a pistol was there, nigga.
But listen,
I had to get up out of there.
But I'm gonna tell you
man.
something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, listen. Only had a fear of God, man. A lot of times, man. Yo, listen. If you look a person in the ass, say, yo, bro, what's good with the glove? And why you keep going in your pocket? We in a restaurant. What's happening?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mac, Listen,
He said,
I
"I'm not
love,
doing none of that."
I love your honesty. I love your compassion. I love your fearlessness. But at 12 midnight with a YN with a hood on and a surgical glove, I'm not asking him anything.
Well, listen, I'm explaining something to you.
I'm not asking that nigga.
I forget
Nathan.
the name of the spot that was on Ferry and Jefferson
Yeah.
back in the day. I was in there at 2 a.m. getting some food.
Yeah.
Remember this guy walked up to me. He hugged me. He's like, "Yo, fam, what's good?" Man, I threw him across the window. I'm like, "Bro, I don't know you." You know what I'm saying? And he was drunk, but I wasn't fearful, but it was like I had to protect myself.
Yeah,
and
you had to get him
and I had people with me.
You had to get
so
him
it was
up
just
on
like, yo, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
And he had a blade on him. I'm like, yo, what?
Listen, I'm not fearful of anything, but this is the thing, though. I'm very. God has given me the gift of discernment.
Yes.
You understand
yes.
me? Surgical glove, YN hoodie.
All that.
Look nuts.
Nighttime,
Keep pacing.
it's over.
Nighttime. I'm the getting the hell out of
Yeah,
here.
you're crazy.
Listen, you
Forget
experienced
those Coke Zeros. I'm out of
The
here.
time was like what 12:30. We was leaving out the place of
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
And we in the car just chopping it up. We listening to music. He just made some new music. We talking and chopping it up. And what happened?
What? I mean,
When somebody hopped in the back of the car
oh yeah, but it was when was that?
outside the shop.
Oh, I'm thinking about remember the night that Rozelle just hopped in the back of the
I
whip.
mean, well, that was different.
Yeah.
That was business. That was cool.
Yeah, but I didn't know he was hopping in the back of the whip.
Yeah, we was talking to him outside.
You was talking to him outside. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
He just hopped in the back of the
Yeah,
whip.
but you knew who he was.
Later, after about 10 minutes in the conversation.
But to our point, keeping your head on the
Yeah.
swivel, I was on the swivel
Yeah.
ASAP.
Hold on, listen. So another time, me and Tiff together, right? So we had to steer.
Just all this week, huh?
No, this was last week, right?
Okay.
So I'm in there, and I got, I'm in there doing what I do, being a little flashy, whatever the case may be. And this nigga kept staring at me, but I ain't thinking nothing of it, whatever the case may be. And then I go to the bathroom, homie still looking at me, and then he smacked me up, whatever the case may be. So then, boom, we leave out, and it was a funny truck parked right behind her, or whatever the case may be. And I seen a nigga on the phone, or whatever the case may be. So I get in the whip, and I'm looking in the rearview, and I notice that we pull out, that joint pull out. So we heading back to, we feel where I'm at. So, we get the truck followed us all the way till Sheridan. No, Maple. Then I guess the nigga was like, yo, I don't know where these niggas is going. Then just bust a Yui and dip.
So let me ask you this: when he slapped you up, do you know him?
No, I had no idea who the nigga was.
All right, so you slapped him up.
So he reached his hand. I said, "What up?" You know what I mean? Fam,
You
know?
do that, right? And you don't know somebody, you slap him up. What's good, bro? Where I know you from? You know me?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let me tell you something.
You know my attitude.
No. Use your attitude.
I
That's
feel
when
you.
you use your attitude.
I feel
Because
you.
if you reached your hand out and he reached his hand out and you slapped him up and connect, you ask him, bro,
Right.
do I know you?
Right.
Do you know me from somewhere? Let him know that. Let him know
Right.
that you on point. Because
feel
I'm
you.
gonna tell you something. When you do that right there in that moment, whatever they thinking and whatever they call it, whatever that phone call was,
right.
whatever they thought,
Because it definitely
yes,
is.
you eliminated
Just like
that.
you said, remember we was at the mall, we was looking at the jewelry and the Cartiers and
Yeah.
everything, and you said, "Yo, Rock, I think that nigga tried to line me up the one time, the nigga that was working at the joint."
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you peeped it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we keep our hair on the swivel. Everything
to,
that we
man.
done. So that's what made me say, as soon as I seen the truck look mad suspect, and there was somebody in there, was tinted up, and then I get in, I'm like, yo,
But the
I
fact
hit
that they followed y'all for that
all
long,
that
bro,
way, yeah, he was trying.
you
They was
got
trying to
be
see if we
mindful.
was gonna like bust, be around the area, whatever the case may be. When they seen we was going down that, they was like, oh, these, don't tell them where they going.
Well, you remember I told you about that situation. If you remember, I'm tell Shad. So I was downtown by Buffalo General. I was on Best and Best in Michigan or one of them streets, right? So I'm driving and this car followed me. It was about 20 years ago. This car followed me. So I made 7 right turns. They made 7 right turns. So I said, okay, this person followed me. So I took them all the way to Main and Winspear. The gas station was lit up. So I pulled in the gas station. And the way they put in the gas station, I did a donut. And I was going the opposite of where they was going, pulled up to their driver's side window, and I had limo tint. I dropped my window. They dropped their window with an attitude, but when I dropped my window, I pointed dead in their eye. And I said, yo, you know me? He's like, fam, nah, I do know you went to school together, but I thought you had my girl. I said, that's your girl? He's like, no. I said, listen, don't you ever do that in life.
Come on.
If you think your girl is dealing with somebody else, let it go and let her go.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
Don't follow. No,
this
crazy,
this would have been the end of all.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I said, don't risk your life for something like that. But it's just like, you know, people be thinking I'm crazy. People like, yo, why you so angry? Like, I walk around.
You
and
gotta
I think like a criminal.
You have to.
And I'm on the edge because I don't trust nobody.
You have to.
At all.
Have to. In these days and times, you got to.
And I stay prayed up at the same time
I
too.
say I can't move like that. You know, I DJ too many type of parties. I work in too many type of environments.
But Shy,
I just
you have security. Though.
I do though now.
But because you know, at the end of the day, you do know
when he can't show.
Yeah,
I'm in there, man.
Here's the thing.
I'm just focused, bro. Like, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm not prepared.
yeah, right.
Listen,
you gotta be though.
I'm not saying
You gotta have a roster.
When I'm around family, when I'm with him, when I'm with you, y'all not even paying attention. I'm paying attention. I got y'all back.
Yeah.
Period.
And I know you got the Roscoe.
No, I'm paying attention.
But I know you got the Roscoe too,
Don't
though.
even talk about it.
I definitely. Every time.
Don't even talk about it.
I got a
You know what I'm saying? Don't even
But that's
talk
not the
about it.
point. At the
You know
end
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
day,
I got vehicles outside right now. Nobody would ever know. Anywhere we go, they there.
Come on.
Nobody never knows. They are there.
All right, I know. All right.
I got two.
All right, it's
outside.
time. It's time for
But
us to
not
go.
for real though, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
At
yeah.
the end of the day, man, I just go with God, but you gotta be prepared. You know what I'm saying? The Bible said, "Be wise as a serpent,
That's a
be
fact.
harmless as a dove."
That's a fact.
So for me, I'm just gonna be wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Now
sir.
whatever come, pause is we gonna handle it. But I try to make sure I don't get that energy off. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
because
fact.
back in the day when I was young, the energy came off like that. Because you know what I'm saying, when you don't care about your life, I definitely don't care about your
But
life.
we know this though. Jealousy is a mofo. Man.
It is, bro.
You niggas
Listen,
be
I've
jealous,
I've
man.
had people press me. I've had dudes press me in parties talking about somehow I was playing songs and their girlfriend was dancing. So what we got
Sucker
going on
stuff.
from a song? I'm
Come
like,
on.
I said, I thought that was my job.
Come on, and we live good lives up here, man.
Yeah.
Mill just came off the south with the shores of France. You feel me? Partying with Wyclef and D Nice. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We it's a little elevated here.
Yeah.
So you know we got eyes on us, man. And people be wanting to know. People be wanting to get in that light and wonder
do.
like, why is that light shining a certain kind of way?
do.
You know what I mean? It just is what
They
it
do,
is.
man.
But yo, season 2. Man, it's been fun. We got a lot to come this season. We didn't already talk about how we gonna be doing some things. Yeah, pause. TylerMar.com. Follow me. New album coming. I got a new love album that I'm about to drop. New R&B music coming. Love music though, not overly sexualized music. I'm talking about real love music, like that realness. What I feel is missing in the world. Matt, where you at?
Mr. Hollywood Mac on IG, The Vision Podcast 24 on TikTok. And listen, man, until God opens another door, trust him right where you are.
I like
that.
that.
I like
where you
that.
at? Where you at, Shot?
As far as for me, man, you know, just follow me, DJ King Shout and everything. I am dropping a couple projects, so. But I'm also doing a lot of, you know, I do a lot of A&R work for, you know, Universal, and shout out to Sheila and everything. So a lot of artists that got stuff coming out. About to be in a few little movies. It just got a lot of great things going on.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping God first, though.
And let me
That's
say
it.
this, man. Our other host wasn't able to make it today, but
Shout
you
out
know what
to
I'm saying.
Shawnee, man.
Follow
Love you,
Shawnee.
know that.
You know what I'm
Shawnee, what
saying.
up?
2 Eyes. You know what I'm saying. Shawnee, follow her on Instagram and all that. You feel me?
That's right there.
And man, we here and we out.
Blessings, man. Be the vision.
Salute.